Hey everyone, finish watching the next episode of Super Samurai, Trust Me. Serator performs some kind of ritual that spreads ash over an island. Dayu and Decker are with him. The Rangers go to investigate. They find the island empty, the few people they see are hiding. Kevin and Emily find a little kid who explains that ash rained down and somehow made people afraid of everything. Jaden and Mia encounter Decker. The others deal with Dayu and Serator. Back at the Shiva house, Cody brings something to Mentor G. In the Netherworld, a new Nylok demonstrates his new laser blaster weapon. Xandrid is confident this new weapon can overpower the Rangers' spin swords. Decker defeats Jaden, but walks away. He doesn't consider him worth fighting anymore. Jaden feels confused, and Mia tries to comfort him, but he just tells her there's things she doesn't know and leaves. Jaden finds Serator's thing that's dispensing the ash. Dayu attacks, and Mia joins to help Jaden. The rest of the team arrive, just as Serator brings out the new Nylok Malden. He leads a group of Moogers armed with his laser blasters. The Rangers find themselves surrounded. Suddenly, Mentor G rides in on his motorcycle. What Cody gave him earlier was a new weapon, the Bull Zuka. With the new weapon, the Rangers manage to take out all the Moogers. Jaden defeats Malden, but of course he comes back giant. Some Moogers assist with a giant cannon. That's at least kind of fun, but they all get destroyed pretty quickly. Jaden destroys the ash thing. Decker challenges Jaden, but Serator steps in and summons some Spitfangs and a Papyrix. This Papyrix can talk. Or at least grunt. The Rangers destroy them, and Jaden even uses Shogun mode to stand around in the Megazord, but in bigger armor. Why is more time going to fighting generic minions rather than the main monster? This episode is pretty different in structure to the typical episode. Oddly, Malden, the monster of the day, is ignored in favor of Decker, Dayu, and a bunch of generic minions. Not sure what that was about. Serator's plot with the ash doesn't really go anywhere. I'm not even sure what his goal was. Just to cause minor misery? Every little bit helps, I guess? Maybe? Definitely not their most destructive plot. Ironic, given that the other thing going on in this episode deals with weapons. Malden has laser blasters, new powerful weapons to use. Coincidentally, the Rangers get their own projectile-firing weapon. Yeah, it's contrived. I don't mind, though. At least we get to see Cody again. It's a nice way to utilize an existing character. This made me realize Samurai is one of the few seasons not to have a team cannon weapon. Even the Bull Zuka is just a one-person weapon. Of all the crap Bandai pushed to be included, why not a team weapon? Even if it's only fired from within the Megazord, it would make more sense than the Mega Modes and Shogun Mode. Decker and Dayu are back again, and I'm getting tired of them. What's their deal? Why doesn't Dayu seem to care about Decker anymore? Decker is just a zombie, basically. His story is over. He was a cool character, we learned who he was, what he wanted, and we saw him fall in battle. Everything he's done since returning has just been meandering. Oh yeah, Malden. He's fine, not much to him. He was voiced by Michael Morris, who I know nothing about. The Shinkenger counterpart this time is quite a bit different. The beginning has Takeru solemnly telling his team about G going to visit his wife's grave, which he does every year. Malden's counterpart, Iku Sazure, is sent by Octaru instead of Serator. Serator's counterpart even says rifles or savage. So we have a completely different human plot as well as a different tone, and the villains have completely different ambitions. Iku Sazure attacks the city, while in Power Rangers he remains secluded in a forest. Instead of G fighting off the armed Moogers like over here, it's the Kurakos, and G arrives a little later. The Bull Zuka is delivered by Cody's counterpart, but we don't see him, he's only mentioned. Serator's Ash plot isn't here at all. It must have come from a separate Shinkenger episode. Decker and Dayu also aren't in the original Shinkenger version. The following Shinkenger episode is where the Ash thing came from. The Ash, unlike over here, doesn't make people fearful, it makes people fight with each other. This makes a lot more sense than Serator's plan over here. Other than that, this episode is pretty close to Power Rangers. I wonder why monster footage from a separate episode was inserted here. I think this plot, or even the last episode's plot, could have worked as Power Ranger episodes on their own. Maybe Bulk and Spike weren't available, so they dug out whatever the closest unadapted monster was. So yeah, the Power Rangers episode is fine, it's okay, but I get way more out of watching the two full Shinkenger episodes. Combining these two episodes, like, it could have worked, But they had to make Malden the focus. Serrator and his ash dispensing thing, that could have been going on also, but that has to be the B story. The main focus has to be Malden giving the Moogers weapons. Cool episode, but the combining of two completely separate episodes of Shinkenger made it come off as uneven. That's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.
Moogers, you might be wearing party hats, but this party's over.